Good morning and assalamu alaikum. So this is my third video session for the parents, and not only for parents this time, because many people have been contacting me and sharing things which I was thinking it's just for the children, but to my amazement, it was not just the children who were affected. So I have brought some in this time. In my third video session, I'm going to be recalling about my first one and the second one, and then I'm going to make a connection. So the first one was definitely about you as a parent being teacher at home and having belief in yourself. And the second was to prepare a routine, to set a routine for the child, and have an order in the environment for him. Now today, the third one is like how you have heard a lot. Stay home, stay safe. I would add one more thing and say, stay happy, stay stress-free. So staying home and stay safe can only come if you're stress-free and you're happy. So I was just going through a book, and there was a line that came to my attention. Like I read and I was like, wow, this could affect this much. Like 1 in every 10 adults is being a victim of depression. 1 in every 25 teens are getting depressed. It's just research on the normal people, and it's the last year's research. It's not even this year. Now we can imagine in the present situation, whatever is going on, when the person is not communicating, like not meeting people around you, not socializing, not going back into work, because work keeps you busy, and work keeps you going. If you're going to school, you're socializing, it's helping you a lot. You're just at home. Now, what can you do? I do not want you to stress out about it, because even depression, that is also curable. You can handle, you can deal with it. It's nothing big. Now, let's talk what Canadian Mental Health Association says. They say that if the parents can identify, if you see that there are changes in the feelings, like, the child is feeling guilty, fearful, hopeless, lonely, if there are physical changes like feeling tired, lack of energy, complaining, headaches, if there are changes in, like self things, like in thinking, like complaining or having low self-esteem, and self-dislike, self-blaming, difficulty in focusing, and having negative thoughts, changes in behavior like withdrawing, crying easily, or less interest in activities which you think are fun activities and the child is not taking interest, or having sudden outburst, or crying easily, things like that. So these are some signs, definitely need to help. Now, what came to my attention was this line: if the lines of communication in your family is not open. That is alarming. That says that if a person who is in depression or severe stressful situation, now if that person cannot communicate within family, there is one solution. That means there should be a way of communicating within family. The gap between people. If a child, you are the one to create opportunities, to create times when, if a child is not directly interacting with you in kind of a way, he should be doing it to an elder sibling, or if a child is really attached to an aunt or an uncle in a family, have regular Zoom sessions with them. Zoom is free nowadays. Utilize that media and internet, of course, online as much as you can, because we have to help them communicate, right? So now this was all about depression. Now you would say that, oh, I told you a lot about depression, but what are the ways to help at home? And what are the ways you can think like a teacher? What I would say, and when I'm delivering or I'm giving you the skills of a teacher, I would say that what we teachers do is, we have a stress bag. Everybody has a stress bag. But we as teachers hang that stress bag outside our classroom door. We never take it inside. We have to stay with the child from 8 till 4, sometimes 5, depending on the timings for the staff. So if you think that we have to keep the stress bag outside means not showing on yourself, because child can definitely recognize, the child can definitely take the stresses from you. It's just from the teacher. Now talk about yourself. The child that you have at home was once a part of you. The child whom you have at home was in your womb once, felt you, took your emotions, felt you physically. Won't he realize that you are in stress? Won't he realize that you are in pain? Definitely would. It's just that the children show in very different ways. Younger children shows us in different ways, and the ones who are in the different plane, like from 6 to 9 would show in a different way, and 9 to 12 would show in a different way. So every child has their own way. Now, what is the remedy? I won't talk much about stress, pain, depression, but I would talk about helping these things out. So the thing that is going to help you, making your hands busy. I never thought I'm going to be giving Montessori philosophies in this way, and this time period would be so helpful for everybody, just realizing how these Montessori principles helps us in the classroom. So keeping the hands busy means hands are the tools of intelligence. This is what Dr. Maria Montessori says. And having purposeful activities, both, I would say, we do it in the classroom, you do it at home. Engage the children, people around you in activities which involves both body, and mind. Hand is there, busy doing things. You must have heard people saying, "Oh, I love to do baking." Why? Because it just releases me. It just keeps me away from stresses. So for some people, baking is there. And remember that that's also a creativity. Once you bake something, you give it to others, you serve others, so you feel the that feeling of achievement, and that satisfies your soul too, and develops you spiritually also. So having a routine, and in that routine doesn't mean that you have to, the routine is the same, but the activities can be different each day. Preparing breakfast with your children, sometimes preparing orange juice, sometimes making sandwiches, and involving them in the work that is involving both their mind, body, and they're doing something, keeping them busy, and yourself also busy. You must be realizing yourself when you're busy working, you're keeping yourself out of so many stresses, not feeling them, not thinking them. I would just share one of my own child's activity at home. I have set a routine. It's not that I'm just looking after, and I'm going to be talking about it in detail in my upcoming videos, like what should be a balance, because there has to be a balance also. We are not only dealing with the normal exercises, but we have to have 5 different areas and different types of exercises. So in my upcoming videos, I will be talking about those exercises. I'm just sharing one of the examples of my son. My son's daily routine, I give him some time, and he enjoys doing such work, making such things, using pieces of wood and cardboard. I know this box was once very useful for me, but I don't mind him converting these things and changing them and just making things that he likes. This is he has used a drill in this. He has used so he was drilling, he was cutting out. So many of the exercises of practical life were combined with the art. And then there is another thing that he designed on his own, is this chair. You can see he's taken the wooden pieces. This thing, it was his own design. It is a reading chair that he designed out of a broken chair in the basement. It was kept long like that, not in use. All these pieces were extra pieces of in the basement, and he used them to make a reading chair for himself. So this works as a table for him. And again, he did a lot of drilling, and he used the screws and used the tools to screw these wooden pieces and join them and make something interesting for himself. So see, these are the purposeful activities. In the end, I would just like to say something. If situations are still not under your control, you have tried a lot, you have tried many things at home and still not helping you out or your children, I would say that right away seek help from a professional. Take your family doctor's advice, and there are even people, people, those who are staying in, people who are like positive all the time, talking about positive things. Talk to them and you'll feel better. And I would say consult to a counselor or some medical help also if things are not getting better, even after trying everything at home. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.